Hi everybody, it's Matt Hawes of Comics Unlimited, located inside the Big E Superstore here in Evansville, Indiana, opened on the first and third weekends of every month. And if you're watching this video and you're in Evansville or going to be in the Evansville area, next time we'll be open on my side of the building, which is the Big E Superstore, will be on January 5th, 6th, and 7th of 2024. If this is after those dates, then the next time will be about 2 weeks after that. It'll be the third week of that month, and so on and so forth. And if it's way after that, and for some reason I'm not there anymore, well, just discard that first part. But meanwhile, it's still relevant. And also, we're coming up on Christmas. This is another topical thing to bring up. Oh, and by the way, let me explain real quick about the Big E Superstore, because I've said this, I think, in other videos on the channel, but also, just in case you're new to the channel, or again, if you're not even in the Evansville area, this perhaps don't pertain to you unless you're going to visit, but I'm still throwing it out there. The building that we're at 1540 Van Avenue here in Evansville, Indiana, that's on the east side of town here. That building actually has two stores that are the Big E in a sense. One is the Big E Superstore. The other one is the Big E 2, like the number 2, because it's the second one that we opened just recently there. And so anyway, that one is open every weekend. So you can go there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, just to make things a little confusing here, while that's open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 to 6 each of those days, and has many great vendors and all that you should visit, my half, which is open the first and third weekends, we're open 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, on the first weekend of the month, 10 to 6, 9 to 6, 10 to 6. Okay. And then on the third weekend, we're open just 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, and that's 9 to 6, 10 to 6, respectively speaking, Saturday, Sunday then. But we're open twice a month, and I've said this in a previous video, and I mentioned to people that may change, that I will eventually move over to the other one, but that's not a fact either. I may stay indefinitely where I'm at on the one side, but you know, economically speaking, it may make sense to move to the other side at some point. If I do, though, it won't be till spring at the very least. If I do, and I'll update and let people know that and such. But no matter what, any time of the weekends, you can come, and at least one side will be open. But also, again, the first and third weekend, when we're open, you got the whole place, the whole complex is open. And I got a bunch of books, toys, comic books, of course, and comics and toys and all that fun stuff. And I picked up a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays and such. And I know people talk about physical media being a thing of the past. No, it's not. People still buy. People still want physical media. A lot of people will choose to do some stuff on streaming, but you can't get everything on streaming. And besides, these are going to be really good prices, because I got a good deal on them. So they're going to be good prices, worth checking out. And I got all sorts of stuff. I mean, I got over 2,000 DVDs I picked up, just DVDs, not even counting the Blu-rays and some, I even got VHS, believe it or not. But the Blu-rays, and I got hundreds of Blu-rays. I got like the thousands, over 2,000 DVDs. Plenty to look at, and a lot of good movies and such, and TV shows and such. I also got collections. Okay, so that's the retail portion of the vlog out of the way. This is just a general vlog, really. First, I want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy everything, whatever you're out there. I'm an inclusive person. Happy Festivus, so happy whatever you want to celebrate this time of year, and Happy New Year, and Happy Chinese New Year too, and all that stuff. So anyway, just happy holidays all the way around. And this is being uploaded right before New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. We're coming not too far from New Year's Eve, about a week away. So anyway, I just, again, wanted to let everybody know that I wish y'all happy holidays, and to all my customers who frequent my place who might see this. Thank you for supporting Comics Limited through the years and continuing to follow me. I went from a place called Cowboy Jim's, which was a very fine place, but sadly today, as I record this, is their final day. I had a lot of good vendors there, a lot of nice people that I met. And I was happy to be there overall, and I enjoyed the people that I was fellow vendors with and everything. They were, I was glad that people stuck and supported them throughout that time. But they're closed on December 23rd, which is the date that this is being recorded. And so the Cowboy Gyms in Evansville will no longer be a thing of this, no longer a thing, unfortunately, here in town. I understand that there is a possibility of them, people who ran the local Cowboy Gyms opening up another spot at some point for like a vendor spot of some sort. So that would be nice if that can happen. But otherwise, hopefully, a lot of them will find a new home, and hopefully, someone will join us over at the Big E. A lot of them already have come over to the Big E Superstore, and we'd be glad to welcome the rest. More the merrier. There's enough space right now. Anyway, so that said, like I said, thank you for supporting me. For the people who followed me from like the Big E, or from Cowboy Gyms over to the Big E, and of course from my shop back in the day to the Diamond Flea Market to the shows and conventions I've been a part of. It really does mean a lot to me that I've had so many faithful and loyal and long time customers and new customers. I'm glad to get new customers and all that, and it's always cool. And I do really sincerely want to thank everybody for who's ever given me the time of day, basically, and frequent my businesses and shops and all that. So about vlogging and about videos in general right now, because I actually do have that every other weekend status, not quite every other weekend, first third weekend, like I said, of the month where I set up. I still do eBay sales. I still got a lot of art projects I want to do and all this other stuff. But I may be able to sneak in a little time to do a video or two, because especially if it's like a simple vlog like this where I'm not worried about the editing and such. Doing more of like the happy show type of stuff I used to do back in the day. A full-fledged show, unfortunately, is not in the works anytime soon, so I'm not reviving the happy show, but doing goofy, fun videos that take a little bit more creativity and time and effort. Those are likely to come. I might even have some drawing related videos, whether I'm actually drawing on the camera or whatever. I might still do something like that in the future. Who knows? So keep checking for that. But these vlogs, certainly, they're relatively simple to do. So as long as people check them out, and even if they don't, I'll probably still post them just for the heck of it, for posterity, if I just feel like going on about something, on the happenstance that somebody may come across it and give a dang about whether or not I'm saying and rambling on about something like now. So anyway, this is like a general update of sorts, besides just talking about my current status and situation as it stands in the end of 2023, the beginning of 2024. So I got, plans, like I said, to make some videos and keep, the channel. I've had the channel up all these years. I don't plan to get rid of it. I've been around so long on YouTube. There's people, I can't remember if I remarked about this in a previous video. There's apparently the thing of the kids these days is to go find the oldest comments on some of the oldest videos and make remarks about how that comment is. And frankly, though, this has been going on about 3 or 4 years now. So even those people, that whole thing where people find the oldest comments and such, is kind of becoming old itself. But it's still funny and fun to see. I mean, the one video that Steve Chin, one of the original founders of YouTube, put up one of the very first videos of YouTube, a thing with his cat in the room. I just commented and thanked him for giving us the platform. And I did this back within a year of him posting that video, within a year of YouTube being a thing. And so that video I put up years ago, almost 20 years ago now. It's weird to think it's been almost that long. 18 years or 17 years or whatever it's been. So anyway, people have been commenting, younger people, because I know usually how old they are to a degree, because they're saying my comment on the video is older than they are, or older than their brother, or that sort of comment. And it's funny because there's literally hundreds of comments on my comment about my comment. And it's mostly just to do with that. So I find it fascinating that that's become a thing, and that my comment in particular is one that has been singled out. I was by no means the first commentator or whatever on YouTube videos. It was not a year old when I joined the site, but it still was pretty much established. And I already had, many views on videos and the comments and such. But I think what it is not only have I been on this long, I've never left. Okay, I've never fully left. My frequency of videos aren't the same, and since the Happy Show is no longer being produced, my audience level has waned, and even though I still got, if you look at my thing, my channel info, I still have over 3,000 subscribers. I don't know if most of them are still alive or whatever. I don't get 3,000 views per video, so it doesn't correlate with the views on videos. So I know they're still out there. They just don't, there's some of them. Some of them I don't know. But I know the one thing, they didn't close down their channel, because that's why, by virtue of me never closing down my channel, apparently, even though my comments aren't the oldest comments on YouTube, they are among the oldest comments on YouTube that still exist, because unfortunately, and I do think this is the unfortunate part, whenever you close your account, not just stop using it, but when you actually flat out close it, or YouTube closes your account or whatever, your comments disappear. I know they only got so much server space, but Google these days, now that was truly an issue when YouTube began, pre-Google ownership and all that. But nowadays, I think for text, comments and whatever, it's kind of sad that they couldn't find a way to archive that, because that's historical in its own way. And as far as I know, that's lost to time. It's certainly lost to anybody who's just a user wants to view it. If it still exists in some database that the technicians there at Google and at YouTube's corporate, if they can still access those, that would be nice if it still exists some way. But otherwise, those comments are lost. They're vaporized in the air and no longer exist, even in the cyber realm, apparently. So what I'm getting at, it's frustrating, because when I see videos, I have some of my very earliest videos. There's very few videos I've removed over the years. Regretfully, I removed a series of videos that I'm made about my problems with early BS with copyright removed videos that wasn't fairly removed. Whole stories behind that. You can go back if you want to go back on my videos, because like I said, I left a lot of this stuff up. Most everything's up. You can still find stuff me talking about that. This is back many years ago, 2007 or something, 2008, in that area. But like some of those videos, my point is, some of those videos I was frankly ranting about the mistreatment on YouTube of how they were handling the copyrights back in those days before algorithms were really put in place, and even that has its own thing. But anyway, because I got frustrated at one point, I removed a lot of videos I wish I hadn't removed, and I wasn't going to leave the site. I'm not one of those people who takes my football and go home. I usually fight when I'm feel I'm backed into some kind of corner, not give up. But I just was frustrated for whatever reason at that point, and so we took down videos I wish I hadn't taken down. But other than that, though, the vast majority of my videos, certainly the creative content, is still uploaded to YouTube and exists and is viewable, going back all the way to the beginning. And I started in, I think, July 2006. The site started, don't forget the exact date. I can Google it, but I'm not going to worry about right now. Maybe I will worry about. But anyway, I got my computer right here, so. But basically my point is, I started, if I remember correctly, July of 2006. When YouTube started. February 14th, 2005. That's when they put cat videos for the owners, for the original owner. Okay, so February 2005, so maybe a little over a year. But it wasn't, when everybody, about the time I went on there is when it really started to be getting discovered by a more mass market. I was still there to tell you all these stories about the old days. And I will probably make more videos about that at some point. And you can also go back and I got playlists and all that. Check my channel here. I got playlists on the history of the Happy Show and several video segments. If you really give a darn, if you're one of those people who sought me out because of my old comments and want to know the history about things, some of that's delved in there closer to the time it actually happened. So there might be some more things I would leave out today that I can't remember that's in there then. but someday I'll just go on and make more vlogs, just because now it is historical thing, and more modern YouTubers, certainly of a certain age, literally weren't alive when it happened, or were too young, or even if they were old enough, didn't really mess with YouTube as much then. It's so commonplace now, everybody knows YouTube. I've said it more than once, but when I first started, most people I talked to who weren't already on YouTube, I would say something about YouTube to them, and they most commonly thought I was talking about the band U2, the Irish band, rock band, and that's now it's the other way around. You might have to explain. No, I'm talking about Bono and his band, not the website. It's actually kind of flipped in that way, because U2 says it's falling, but YouTube is literally a national or international phenomenon that still exists to this day, and is definitely a household word nowadays. Anyway, so am I through rambling for you? Because this video is almost 20 minutes long, and I try not to go too much longer than that. Not only because of people's attention spans, but also I just don't really want to upload too long a video unless it's the full program of something. But like I said, it's been a while since I've done a full-fledged video, so I just figured I'd let people know who follow the channels, but actually still watch the videos, what my intentions are. So to let you know to keep checking along. Don't unsubscribe. Now, it would be nice if you did all that stuff, like comments and all that other stuff, but this ain't monetized. I've never monetized any of my videos. I may at some point monetize some. Never done it. My heyday at this point seems to have been before the monetization thing really was a thing, and literally was before it was a thing, when I used to actually get hundreds of thousands of views on my average videos. Now, my average videos, I'm lucky to get, 50 to 100, every once in a while I'll put something up like my Stan Lee documentary or my Beatles documentary and stuff like that. That, because of the nature of the subject matter, naturally attracts a number of people anyway, so those I still get really good hits on. Perhaps I would do more drawing videos, because my drawing videos are usually my best viewed videos. So I may do some of that, but anyway, but I'm not. My point is, I'm still making videos, still will, even if it's sometimes a month or two stretch or whatever. I'm not giving up until I'm no longer able to do it for some reason. So I'm going to keep making vlogs and videos. So if you're on this channel and you are interested at all in hear what I say or do, or the creative content I provide at times, stick with me. I might have other ideas, whether I do my own reviews or reactions to things, like a lot of places, like other YouTube channels do. The sky's the limit. That's one thing I like about YouTube, and it's still being a free service, and still being where we can more or less upload within certain restrictions what we want to. As long as I got this outlet, I'm going to take advantage of it, and I hope you will also keep checking me out. And also, if you're in the area, buy from me. If you're in the comics or whatever, buy for somebody you love who is in the comics. And well, that's it for this video, and I will see you at CU, or hopefully see you next time here on this YouTube channel. Yay!